What is going on, my millionaires? It is your boy, Terry Stonkers, and welcome to my channel, baby. Buy the dip. All right, guys, we got a lot to talk about today's video. We got to cover some of these important dates coming up. Now, the first will be a little bit of speculation. We've been covering it, but we still want to keep our eyes on it because maybe something different coming off that news. Also, we got an update on the Fintel. I'm still not sure how accurate this insider trading percent number is going to be, but we got a lot to talk about with a lot of specific dates coming up, and we got the insider percentage update on Fintel, and we're going to talk about some of the numbers that George has out on his shares. So hope you're all ready for today's video. If you are, smash thumbs up, leave a comment down below. It helps out that algorithm, and baby, let's go. The first thing I want to talk about is we got here on the premium Fintel, the insider numbers, the percentage ownership has changed. So we're going to have to still see how accurate this is, but it does look like they updated it. You can see here the total shares outstanding is 281 million roughly, and the insider shares held is 188 million shares. Says the insider ownership is at a total of 67.16. Now, I learned my lesson on this before. Don't always trust these numbers that you see, but we got to take what we got here. I would think since they've updated this, they might have figured out their mistake and got it correct. Now, what I'm seeing down here is we got the update down here of the track right here. Is it this one? No, this one down here. The transaction history. This is the one I wanted to show you guys. George had that tweet out where he exercised 1.6 million in shares. He has two sales here. These two sales of the 343,000 and 174,000 shares. That was to pay the tax man. Equals out to about 518,000 shares. And if you look at the exercise here on the stock option right to buy, that's your 1.627 million. So George netted out about 1.1 million in shares. And that does kind of equal out to what George said on his Twitter. All right, guys, and this here is from MMAT News on Twitter. Make sure you go check them out. This is going to be a huge week for MetaMaterials. We got here with the CEO, George, we covered that, purchased over 1.6 million shares, and the CTO also has purchased shares. Now, we have not got any confirmation of how many shares the CTO has purchased. We know George netted out about 1.1 million after he had to sell about 518,000 shares to pay the tax man. Now, here's a situation we covered here, a little speculation as we were covering, that Wayray has a special announcement on Monday, November 29th. We're going to touch base on that. We can pretty much confirm now. They made it very clear that it has nothing to do. They first said it had nothing to do with Meta. Now they specifically said it has nothing to do with MetaMaterials. So we can rule that out 100%. I do think they kind of led people on there towards the beginning because they realized how Meta has a pretty big following. And they were kind of excited that us other YouTubers and fellow retail investors and a lot of people on Twitter was talking about Wayray. So they were probably letting it stew up for a couple days, get people talking about their company. And I guess that's kind of business. And then they did at least they did confirm it early before their announcement. So, I didn't get my hopes up on it. I just like covering speculation because people do great DD. And I like to present that DD here on the channel and give credit where it's due. Another important date we know is going to be something special is the shareholder meeting vote on Friday, December 3rd, because that is actually through MetaMaterials, guys. So whether they do any kind of announcement on the 3rd, that'll remain to be seen, but there is going to be a vote, so it could be possible PR there on the 3rd as well. And of course, there at the bottom, approaching dividend deadline, December 28th. Now that is from today through the 28th. They have to make some kind of announcement that they sold the land, that they're announcing the dividend, or they can do an extension. Say they need more time to figure out how much it's going to be, or they can do a whole spinoff. So there's a lot of situation around that. The other thing we got to cover is on the Wayray announcement on the 29th, it doesn't mean that MetaMaterials might not do nothing by themselves on the 29th because George had out that kind of hint there on Stock Twits. I want to say Instagram, but on Stock Twits, about the weekend song Blinded by the Light. Here you can see on Wayray's page, they said here, it was like 2 hours ago, get ready for the hollow grader. Big, and we mean big news tomorrow. Any final guesses on what it's going to be? And I do believe we know what the answer on Wayray is going to be. Someone down here posted this article This article looks like it's from Bloomberg. The only reason I would say Bloomberg is if you look down here at the advertisement here, that looks like a Bloomberg kind of advertisement. And in here it says Wayray, a developer and holographic car displays that backed by Porsche and Alibaba Holdings, is considered listing to a blank check firm. The people familiar with the matter said the Swiss company is working with advisors to explore a merger with a SPAC, a special purpose acquisition company. Said the people asking not to be identified because the discussions are private. Wayray is considered seeking a valuation of $2 billion any deal, they said. So there it is, guys. I believe that is it. We know Bloomberg is usually on with their sources. They got CCIV and Lucid right. I know Bloomberg got a lot of other companies right. So I do believe that that's what it's going to be. They're looking to go public through a SPAC. So I think we cracked it there on that. And there was something else I wanted to show you guys. Yeah, I think it was down through here. Yeah, right here it was. Where was it at? Yeah, right here. Where the owner of Wayray here said specifically, they said there about MMAT pays a dividend is going to cause that. And right here, Hallie, the CEO of Wayray, said, sorry to disappoint, but the announcement is not linked to Meta. So right there, that we did cover that one. And here he did say how, you know, they don't use another company for their publicity. We have enough cool stuff themselves. But I do think they kind of lingered us on a little bit. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think they did let it go a little bit because they like the publicity that MetaMaterials has. All right, and here was the tweet I was looking for. Looks like it's, I don't want to butcher the name, but you can see the name right here, guys. This person did ask, hey, Vitaly, hey, what are your thoughts on Wayray Instagram? Is your announcement still unrelated to MetaMaterials? Now, the reason this was asked is because when Wayray responded back, they said they have nothing to do with Meta, and people were saying, do you mean like Meta Facebook or MetaMaterials? Because we got the trademark with the R. So here they did clear it up with Wayray, and this was 10 hours ago. Our big announcement has nothing to do with MetaMaterials company. It's all about Metaverse on wheels. So there it is. That pretty much does shut down the Wayray situation. Now, I do remember from one of the original tweets that they did reply that this announcement has nothing to do with MetaMaterials. That doesn't mean that we won't be working with them in the future. So keep that in mind as well. Now, if we go back here, here is the shareholder letter on MetaMaterial News. Here you can see the MetaMaterial announcement. The shareholders meeting is December 3rd at 11 a.m. And this is the official announcement right here. So, like I said, we got that to look forward to. There's a possibility that something huge can come out of that. We're getting close to dividend, guys. We definitely got about a month to go. And I think it was up here. We saw right here. MetaMaterials files for the Holuptix training filing with the USPTO. You click on this link right here and boom, it takes you to this article. Well, not really article, but the website where MetaMaterials right here files for the patent. Has all the information here. You can go check it out. But right there it is, mark type trademark. And I think down here it does show where it was MetaMaterials. Right here. Yeah, MetaMaterials. So, yeah, we filed for this here coming up. So another patent, guys. This is another one for the books. We'll be getting like a bunch more probably as time goes on. So what else do we have to cover here? I think we covered that tweet. We covered that tweet. Of course, if you're not following me, go follow me on Twitter at TerryZ247. I do try to share all the news over here. Here's where I talked about George. He has his options up through 2030. There's where he said about his, CTOs too, but we haven't got the information on that. But yeah, very interesting here that we got the update on the insider shares. Like I said, there's about 32%, 33% of that in the retail float, not including the insider traders. So when I did that original chart, this was showing 75%. So if we just take a quick look here, this is now saying insider ownership at 67.16. And if we go to the owners, so let me get this here for you guys, 67.16 plus. We go to institutional shares are showing 14.82. That's at 81.98, guys. So all but 82%, which would mean about 18% is in the retail float. So not saying that Fintel's right because they proved me wrong before, but maybe that is an updated number. Maybe that'll be updated when the CTO numbers come in. Maybe when George is on added in there as well and updated correctly, and they get the merit and stuff all figured out. But they did wipe away a bunch of shares, so we'll see. A lot of great things coming up. Got that dividend announcement can drop any day. So hope y'all enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash thumbs up. Check out the links down below. Leave a comment for the algorithm, and I'll catch you guys next video. Peace.